Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I'm Trevin, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola.
And Zach, as always, is behind the camera.
Hello! We are here to talk about NXT. NXT cooked.
Yeah.
It cooked.
A
So,
lot of surprises on this episode.
this is a double recording. So, our energy might be a little low to start because Raw kind of ended on a
Raw was mid.
bit of a sour note. But we're here to talk about NXT. Once again, proving to be the best consistent show in WWE.
Yeah. It had a rough patch in the beginning of the year, but they're picking themselves back up.
Yeah, so what can be said about this episode before any spoilers? A lot happened. A lot to set up Vengeance Day next week, or this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, for the first time ever since Triple H took over, other than SummerSlams and maybe Mania, it's a 6-match card. 6 matches. I didn't think it could be done.
Huh?
Yeah, so we had the 6-match
Wait.
added. We will get to that later because it is the newest edition. But this episode cooked. So to start off getting into the episode details, we started with Cora Jade versus Bayley.
Yeah.
These two had a perfect, or not perfect. Perfect is like, I never want to use perfect for describing wrestling.
This
match.
was a pretty good
It
match.
was a pretty good match.
But we hear...
Bayley's old theme.
Yeah.
And legit, I was like,
Hold up.
I heard it and I was like, what?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I was like,
Something
the
ain't
Carly
right.
Rae Jepsen Owl City type beat is playing?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what it was sampled off of. But, so, Roxanne comes out in the hugger gimmick for Bayley, wearing basically what she did in 2018? No. It was an earlier date, and I'm
Yes.
forgetting the date. But she wore it in the past for a NXT Rumble, which they do for Halloween. They have wrestlers dress up as other gimmicks and other wrestlers. She comes out, tries to get involved, does not work.
Nope. Gets decked.
Gets decked, but it helps Cora Jade pick
Yep.
up the win, which
With-
was a shock.
Yep. Underhook DDT on ringside. Back into the ring. Underhook DDT for the win.
I don't know how I feel about the DDT as a finisher in the current day because it's more of a transitional move, but gotta respect Jake the Snake Roberts because he made it a finisher. So, hey, if this is her new finisher, it's gonna take some time getting used to
Yes.
a DDT finishing matches.
But the three people that are in the ring are now arguing about, getting involved, their place in the title scene, yada
And then
yada.
we cut to a backstage segment where
Yep.
you see Julia watching. Ava comes up, whispers in her ear, and something that I very much like to hear because I was fucking right.
Yeah.
I fucking called it.
Yeah.
Fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's Champion at Vengeance Day. Julia, your champion, versus Roxanne Perez versus Bayley versus Cora Jade. I called it.
Yeah. And this match was already starting to cook as a triple threat. You adding Cora Jade? Mate, you just add an extra seasoning.
It makes it more unpredictable.
Yeah.
It would be a shame if Cora won. Not in a bad way, but that would be a swerve. Cora to take it off of Julia.
Yeah.
But hey, this match is now official.
You.
Roxanne, because we cut to backstage where Bayley is talking about wanting to get her hands on Cora, and then she's like, well, good. Fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Just gonna settle it right now. It's Fatal 4-way. Bayley leaves. Roxanne is like, you just cut my chances of winning. And then Cora says, well, yeah, you said there will be, because she walks in, yeah, you said there would be a new champion. Me. And then walks out, and Roxanne just says, over my dead body. And,
Ava's had enough of this job.
Yeah, what a stressful job being a general manager of a wrestling show is.
Yeah.
But hey, that is gonna be a great match.
Yeah, no.
This is definitely Roxanne's call-up match. Like after this, I think
Yeah.
she's done. Because now I think if you're gonna have Bayley versus Roxanne, just do it at Mania.
Yeah. And I wonder if this match is also investigating the other two NXT stars for call-ups. Like, I get why you would want to possibly slow down on Julia, but she got reactions at Rumble.
She did, but here's the thing. They just teased another match for Julia later on in the show when we get to that.
Right.
But after that, what happened next, Sir Trevor?
We cut to the women's locker room.
Oh yeah, so this was Zari and Sol Ruka talking.
Yep.
You know, just chilling.
Yep.
And Nikita comes out of nowhere and throws off the vibe.
Yep. Because Zarya was hyping her and her partner up, being like, hey, we gotta win. We're decent powerhouses in this division.
Nikita's like, look, one win doesn't mean anything. And then challenges Zarya to a match. And we'll just cut to that match.
Yep, that was your first mistake.
Yeah, we'll just cut to that match. Extended squash, pretty much.
Yeah.
Extended squash.
Nikita pulled out a very cool submission of doing the full splits on Zarya's body while
So it was a camel clutch.
Yep.
Then she repositioned her feet and then went into a full split. And I was like, okay.
You just showing off.
I'm like, that's actually a pretty cool way to do a camel clutch. Because
Yep.
camel clutch, you're just sitting on someone's back, raking their head back.
Yep. But that just pissed Zarya off.
Yeah, then Zarya picks her up, slams her down,
Goes to the corner.
goes for a spear. Oh, no. The first time she did it, that's what led to the submission.
Yeah.
Goes to the corner, hits a spear, hits the F5 or whatever they're going to call it for her.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming, Nikita. You accomplished nothing.
Yee.
Hey, it's cool to see Zarya in some singles action.
Yep.
Finally, after her, maybe one singles match debut.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm a fan of the conflicting vibe of the tag team of her and Sol Ruka. It's kind of funny and also works in the ring, honestly.
Yeah, they're a cool balance. Zarya very much the powerhouse, and then you have the high flyer in Soul, and hey, it works.
Yeah.
It's a formula as old as time. Have a small high flyer and have a big powerhouse.
Yeah.
It works.
It
You've got the
works.
speed and the power. You pretty much got
Yeah.
everything you need. And then moving on from that,
Yep. We cut to Oba addressing the division.
oh yeah, so Oba comes out and he's talking, and he's pretty much like, look, after this Saturday, division's going to be put on notice. I need some new meat. I need some new challengers. But first, here comes Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under, and they get in a little spat.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying, look, there can only be one champion.
Because before they come out, Oba was predicting, listen, I'm going to win because those two idiots' egos are going to get in the way.
Yep, and it did in the promo
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit.
Yep.
Theory saying Waller hasn't won anything on his own. Waller saying, I was the one that pulled down the titles at Mania.
Yep. And
They both never held the NXT championship.
yep. And Waller saying people are sick of hearing about Theory's U.S. title run.
Him beating Cena, no one
Yep.
cares. And then, pretty much, Austin Theory moves in front of Oba. And he's like, you want to do this? Let's do this. Let's
Yep.
go. Ducks when Grayson goes to hit him. And, hey, they start jumping Oba.
Yep. It was crowd manipulation.
Yeah, they got the jump on Oba. They knew the assignment.
Yes.
They hit a double? Was it like a? It's weird. I forgot the move they hit.
It
But
wasn't.
they hit a double team move on Oba.
Yeah. It wasn't like a double backbreaker or anything, right? Because they
No, they lifted him up. Like, both of them were holding him on their shoulders. But I forgot the move that happened. Apologies. But to end up the segment, I think both of them held the title.
No. So
because no one came out to help him.
Yeah, Theory grabs the title. They both look at it and decide and just plop it on Oba.
That is a good sign. I mean, that's usually a sign that a title, because the old adage, you never celebrate with the belt before you won it. You celebrate with the belt before you win it, more than likely you're gonna lose the match.
Yeah.
I don't see them giving it to either of these two though.
No.
Because that kind of means they're relegated down to NXT.
Yeah.
I see Oba winning in pretty dominant fashion.
But speaking of them going down to NXT, how do you feel about this breakup storyline hitting sort of its climax at NXT?
I don't mind it. The only thing I would mind is if one of them gets trapped in NXT. I think Grayson Waller has enough to work as a solo act. I think Theory has enough to work as a solo act. I kind of do like them as an annoying tag team, but they've been teasing the breakup for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. My perfect headcanon was they team up with Logan. Maybe the most annoying heel trio the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
That never happened. Yeah. I also kind of wanted Miz Taraj 2.0 with them being the Miz's lackeys, but that never happened.
No.
If anyone does have to stay in NXT and they do win the title, I kind of want it to be Theory. I see more of an upside in Theory. He's younger. He has the moves to actually work in the ring.
Yeah.
He has some pretty decent mic skills. I could see him being NXT champion. Nothing against Waller. I just think Waller's more, and this is funny, I think Waller's more main roster ready than Theory.
Yeah. Waller has shown he's got that charisma. Even before they made him and Theory an official tag team, people were talking about him just because of that charisma factor.
Yeah. Like, when you get your own TV show, like a talking show segment, you're good on the mic. They trust you enough to hold a whole segment by yourself.
Yes.
Ultimately, Oba's winning.
Yeah.
So nothing's going.
It's worth the discussion point, though.
It is worth the discussion. I do think, if they break up, and it's here, guess it's better than nowhere. They should have pulled the trigger earlier last year.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah, they should. A lot of people are saying they should have pulled this after they lost the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost right away.
Yeah, but the thing is, the tag divisions are suffering right now.
They are.
So I don't know if it's the right idea to break them up now, but that's probably what is happening.
Yeah. I feel like the breakup could have been a lot easier, and I might get a lot of flack for this, but the men's tag titles, I'm going to say it, especially after how they've been booked recently, I feel like they should have stayed unified.
They should. So, I agree with you. Because here's my thing. You're not using the tag championships properly at this point anyways. Just come up with one good base design and have those be floating. Because here's the thing. The women's championships, the tag team championships, are floating.
Across all three brands.
Why not just... I can see why you don't want to do that with NXT. Cut their tag division just completely off from a championship. Just have these floating between the two brands. Mainly because as much as I kind of do get tired of just watching regular tag matches, they are a very integral part of the business.
Mm-hmm.
With the tag team championships, that's a whole avenue on seeing. Unfortunately, most tag teams are made to break up.
Yeah.
and is a good way of seeing which one is going to be the single star.
Yeah.
That is how a majority of people got into single stardom. Shawn Michaels kicked Mario Jannetty and threw him through the barbershop window. And now you got the Heartbreak Kid. Fuck it. Triple H and Shawn Michaels had many rivalries during the time of DX.
Or even one of the most popular examples, the frickin' Shield.
Yes. There's also Evolution, with them kicking out Randy, then Randy faced Triple, and then Triple faced Batista. Because that whole group dynamic broke down. The Brothers of Destruction, Batista, Rey Mysterio.
People are up.
Yeah. Fucking Crime Time with JTG and Shad. Miz and Morrison.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of teams that are meant to break up. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these teams have very good chemistry. Like, the two teams I am hoping never break up. And they already kind of semi-did. The New Day. Because they kicked E out.
Yeah.
And the Street Profits.
Yeah. We do want to see some single runs from the Profits, but don't break them up.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think everyone, or not everyone, but I think most of the writers don't consider that you can have a tag team go on singles runs. Like, Montez should have been a singles champion by now. At least a fucking mid-card.
Yeah.
Because he has everything. And Dawkins, now that I think a new animal has been unleashed in Dawkins, I think we could get at least one tag title run and then maybe some single stuff.
I mean, another example of good singles runs while still technically a tag team without breaking up. Look at what the War Raiders have done. One of them was injured. The other became a very popular singles star. Come back from injury, back in the tag circuit with everyone's eyes on them.
The Shield, when they reformed, with Rollins being a not a world champion, but a tag champion, a mid-card champion. I think the same was with Roman. Tag champs with Seth again, and I think he was the U.S. title at this
You can do it.
Like, you can do it. Like, stop trying to pretend that you can't have single stars or have singles runs for tag division wrestlers. Like, it is detrimental not only to them, but you're slowing the progression of someone that could have had a big boost from this.
Yes. Anyway, back to NXT.
Yeah, back to NXT.
Yes, we cut to a post-commercial break promo that was pre-recorded of Eddie Thorpe challenging Trick Williams to a strap match at Vengeance Day.
And this is your sixth and final match for the card. Eddie Thorpe challenging Trick to a strap match, and Trick later on in the night accepting it. So, I mean, technically 2 matches got added.
Yes.
But this is the final match that got added because this was made official after the Javon Ethan Page match got made official.
Yes. So 3 matches got made official. One of them being we were expecting. 2 of them were brand new.
Yeah. So basically, we'll just merge these 2 things together. Ethan Page and Javon pretty much had promos saying, like, they want to fight. Javon's was with Ava. He signed the contract, signing off no liability.
Yep, because the doctor said that while he is medically cleared, 1 shot to the jaw could shatter it, causing him into forced retirement.
One thing I want to point out is it's a bit of unfortunate editing that they use, but they showed clips with Cedric Alexander in there after they just told him his contract wasn't getting renewed. Kind of sucked for him, but unfortunately, this is going to suck to say, but he served his purpose for the story. And I thought Cedric could have done more, but this is not about Cedric. This is about Javon and Ethan. Ethan pretty much says, look, you got $1 million smile, but I'm going to shatter that jaw.
Yeah. He also dropped the line after he said $1 million smile of like
a 10-cent brain.
Yes. And I'm like, daggone.
That was a good line.
Yeah.
But So now, 2 matches made official. We have Javon and Ethan in a regular one-on-one match, which
Yes.
is just not what I expected.
Nope.
I would have expected a stipulation on this. And then you get Trick and Eddie in a strap match.
Yep. And the third match that got made official tonight happens after your tag triple threat between Hank and Tank, Josh Briggs and his partner of name I'm not going to try to pronounce, and NQCC.
Yep. Briggs and Inuyamura moved
There we
on. And, I mean, it was pretty much expected.
Yep. And Fraxium is up in the balcony after the hands get raised, being like, hey, good. You won a match. You did what you said you were going to do.
Now you got to face us.
Yeah.
So good luck Saturday. Do we see the tag titles get taken off of them?
No.
Yeah, I think Fraxium holds them till Stand and Deliver, and then they get moved on to whoever else takes them. I don't know.
But since we went on a little tag team tangent now, how do you feel about the domination booking that is the Fraxium tag team?
It's interesting. I like it on one hand. The one reason why I'm not liking it, people are going to complain if they're not tagged or if they're not booked as dominant on the main roster. And there's always the inevitability of, is this going to be a team that breaks up? Because while I love them together, they are so fucking good.
Literally every match they have is a match of the night contender.
This is another team that I think would benefit from going on singles runs while still being associated with one another.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is can't really go on a singles run on the same show.
They did experiment with them going on singles runs while still being a tag team when the speed tournament was first introduced.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Tag teams, they get moved up together.
Yeah.
If you want both people to go to a singles run, one of them has to go to the other show.
Yeah.
Or you just give one of them the singles championship and you say, here's your consolation prize. You get a non-linear title. I don't consider it canon.
Yeah.
Because they don't mention it.
Nope.
And if they do, it's only for Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind because I love Candice, but why do you just mention it for her and not Dragon Lee?
Because Dragon Lee's not on TV as often as the people like Ricochet and Andrade.
Fucking Dragon Lee!
He is a lot of fun to watch.
He's too fucking good! Sorry.
No. But yeah, we had that segment, and then we have a little build up to the main event promo with the family.
Yeah, so Stax is backstage talking to Tony and is like, look, past few weeks, we haven't seen eye to eye. Let's just squash it.
Yep.
And weirdly enough, Izzy Dame is there.
Yep.
Which is like, okay.
Yep.
I guess she's just going to stick with them for protection. And then we cut to the match. Or no, before the match, ladies and gentlemen, 2 days after being released by AEW, Ricky Starks has joined the company. Come out, did a promo, said, look, you know who I am. You already know my name. They started chanting Ricky. He said this revolution is about to be televised.
Yep.
And who better to do it than me?
Yep. There were 2 segments before the main event, though. A match and a promo.
Was it the trick promo?
Was not the trick promo. The match I'm talking about was the TNA special guest match for the Heritage Cup.
Fandango, going by JDC, his TNA. His whole TNA presentation was pretty much on display. I forgot about this match because, and here's the funny thing, there's a snowstorm going on in the Midwest right now. I was texting Zach about ride situations, and literally the moment I stepped away, because I was watching on my phone, to text Zach, and I swiped back, the bell was rung.
Yep.
And I watched the whole match through. It was just, I didn't see the coronation on the turnbuckle till the replays.
Yep.
But it was a good match. Pretty typical. I thought I thought Lexus was gonna win it. Makes no sense for him to lose it during the first defense of his new rules.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
But do you think, because his first defense is against a TNA crossover star, do you think the Heritage Cup becomes like the crossover title?
I could see that. Shit. Depending on how long this partnership lasts, and it's not going to be for everything. So don't crucify me for saying this. I kind of want to see the X Division title and the Heritage Cup Championship be merged for a little bit. But that's just me, mainly because I see the purpose for the Heritage Cup being like a secondary title. Who the fuck wants to carry around that dumbass trophy? Sorry, not dumb. It's actually a cool trophy. That big ass trophy.
Yeah.
Not me. That's for damn sure. Travis, they are lucky that they stick to pretty much Florida. Because that thing is going to suck for Brian to take on a plane to go to his hometown of Cincy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, you bringing up the X Division makes that interesting because the one
Ultimate X match,
I want to see that match type on NXT because I saw video of it when we first had the crossover where
Zachary Wentz.
Yeah, Zachary Wentz won it. Mate, I want to see that style of match in NXT because dadgum, that match is cool.
Depending on how many people they put in there, I can see it. This has to lead to a Worlds Collide at some point. I'm sorry. This just absolutely has to lead to a Worlds Collide at some point.
Please.
I would love to see an Ultimate X match with like 3 NXT stars, 3 TNA stars, and just go at it.
Yep.
We'll cut back to the Ricky Starks promo afterwards because I do have thoughts on him joining.
Yep.
And then what was the next promo?
The other promo was the women's NA division having a little hallway segment.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about this because Kalani has done nothing to get a title shot. Neither has Jada. They've both lost, like Ashante Theodonis said when he pulled up.
To Garmin.
I think this is just going to lead to a triple threat match.
For contendership.
And
the winner goes on to face
Stephanie. We all know who's winning. After that, we do get Stephanie walking around, comes up to Julia, because this is before the NXT North American title match happens. And they're like, look, Stephanie's like, look, I'm going to win the NXT North American Championship, then there's only one more thing to go after. Do not do title versus title. Do not do champion versus champion. Have them focus on their own fucking divisions. The only way I want to see this happen, the only fucking way, is you do a triple threat at a Worlds Collide event. Julia, your NXT champion. Stephanie, your NXT North American Women's Champion. And your TNA Knockouts champion. It's the only way I want to see it. I do not think that a mid-card champion should be challenging a main title champion. A world title champion, let's call it that.
Yep.
But after we get that low nod, Ridge breaks his way through, or he pushes his way into screen, walks off, and now we'll get back to what Ricky Starks was pretty much saying. Say, hey, he's here. They also did not name him.
Nope.
So it's concerning.
Yep. He also had no Tron. He just came in and out to the NXT theme song.
There's one of 3 routes. Or basically 1 of 2 routes. He's getting a new character. He's one of those fuck-ass names I was telling you about. It's not Osiris Griffin. Osiris Griffin has been... So, also, there were names that came out that WWE trademarked. A bunch of those people are now starting to post to Twitter with their new handles. So a lot of those names are being like taken. It's either he's getting a new name and presentation, or he's keeping it and they just haven't gotten...
They haven't gotten a hold of a trademark yet.
Yeah, but Ricky Starks is perfect for NXT, and I'll tell you why. Their men's division, more specifically, is very lackluster right now. Funnily enough, you know who I think would also make a good addition? Omos. That's a different discussion for a different day. Ricky Starks comes in. I think he's your new North American champion. I think he's the one to take it from Tony.
Yeah.
He comes in, he breathes new life because you're going to have Trick getting called up. And if I have to guess anyone else is getting called up, it's probably Ridge. And while we might not like him, he does have everything to be another main roster star.
Yeah.
He can cut a promo. He can hold his own. And another good thing, and it's just like, his music's good.
It's recognizable.
Like, you can very much recognize his music. Now, would it suck to have him go to the main roster after losing so many matches in NXT? Yes. Because then you kind of put the perception on him that he loses a lot.
Yeah.
While I am not the biggest fan of Ridge, while I can say in the past he has injured people, I don't like to hold that against people. Things happen.
Yeah.
It's wrestling. More specifically, think of this as stunt work.
Yes.
Stunt men get injured all the time.
Yes.
This is a
professional wrestling as
theater.
Yes, as people who did fight choreography in high school theater careers, the first rule they tell you is never improvise a fight scene. That's literally what these guys get paid to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it happens. Like the situation with Biggie, it happened. It sucks. I know it sucks, but it happened and we shouldn't hold that against him.
Yeah.
Now, I think he could get called up because I don't think he necessarily needs a title.
No.
Not everyone is going to win a championship.
Yeah.
But I think he can be a credible enough threat right now on the main roster because they need life breathed into those divisions.
Yeah.
And with Aleister Black, formerly known as Malachi Black, because I'm pretty sure he's coming back to WWE. That's where his wife is. And then Miro, or Rusev, formerly known as Miro in AEW, he could be coming back. And those are now 2 more men to breathe life into main event talent.
Yeah.
Or main roster talent, not main event.
Yeah.
But their men's division needs a jolt of life. And the reason why I said Omos, eventually when you call up Oba Femi, you're gonna need another big guy. Fuck it, Omos. I'm sorry. I see a lot of potential in Omos. I think he can actually do some good stuff. He needs a manager, and that's nothing on him. He actually speaks very well. I just don't think most people would take him seriously on the mic because he's too much of a nice guy on outside of WWE.
Yeah.
If you've seen him on anything, he's so much of a nice, humble guy.
Yeah.
But they need another big monster.
And that's the thing is that Omos used to be a highlight of Rumbles being like, oh, people are about to get tossed.
His tag team with AJ Styles, when Styles said, that's Cat! That's Cat! That means lion! Like, hey, he is something that the business is missing, and that is a big guy.
Yeah.
A big giant. I think if you send him down there, give him some time, get him actually used instead of just used in Noah, hey, he could be another big addition. Ricky Starks, like I said, goes on. I think he takes the title off of Tony D'Angelo. Spoilers for the match ahead. I think he takes the title off of Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo goes on to the main roster, or not main roster, main event scene in NXT. Eventually takes the title, maybe?
Yeah.
But
do you see Ethan getting called up, though? Because you brought...
Yeah, Ethan So there's three. If it's
Yeah.
not Ridge, it's Ethan getting called up.
Yeah.
Because Ethan's ready. He has everything. He has the mic skills. He has the in-ring work. He has the presentation with the Ego song. It's good.
Yeah.
And with potentially his old tag team partner being a free agent, we could see the North reunion, get another tag team in the men's division. So that'd be cool. But we'll move on to our main event match.
A steel cage match.
Tony D'Angelo, your men's North American champion, versus Ridge Holland.
Yep.
Good fucking match.
Yeah.
Good fucking match. These two, they have a heated rivalry. Perfect thing, put them in a cage. They use the cage to their advantage.
Yep.
The highlight, like the biggest spot of the night, in my opinion, was not Ridge doing, because later on, Izzy Dame goes to throw a crowbar into the ring.
Yep. Stacks interrupts her.
And then he throws it in.
Yep. So
Saying,
he can take the credit.
So he can take the credit. And Ridge gets it. He puts it in his like wristband. And then he does his running forearm. Now, this would take out any man, but I guess it doesn't take out a mafia member. So Tony D'Angelo gets back up. He kicks out at 2. After no time of gloating after it happened, he covers him immediately. Kick out at 2. What the fuck? Tony gets a hold of it and hits him, and then hits the big spine buster. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much. The big spot that I loved was when Tony threw Ridge into the chain and he just slid down the wall.
Yep.
I love those spots because it looks painful as fuck.
Yep. Slid down the wall.
Back first.
Yep. Let him get back into the ring from off the chain link and rope. But Tony was ready for him to get back into the ring because spear. It was like, oh, these two hate each other.
Yep. But Tony picking up the win with a spine buster.
Yep.
And then the family goes in to celebrate. And before the other people come out, Ridge jumps and starts attacking Stacks and Luca. They brawl to the back.
Yep.
And this leaves Izzy and Adriana Rizzo in the ring.
Yep. With Tony.
Yep. And they're talking. They're getting him up. And then Izzy's like, get the door. Get the door. Get the door. Because Sean Spears and his group comes out. That is... it's Pre-Malone. I know Brooks Jensen's in there. I'm trying to... Nico Vance?
Yes.
Nico Vance. He comes out. Or they all three come out. And Adriana closes the door. And that leaves Izzy with Tony. Tony stands up defiantly with his championship in the hand and says, come on. Come get it. And Izzy Dame betrays the family.
Yep.
Attacks Tony's knee, thus leading to the 3 men getting in because she takes out Adriana. And
Sean Spears, the chairman.
Yeah, the chairman goes to work. They beat the brakes off of Tony D'Angelo. And that's pretty much how the show closes out.
Credit starts rolling, but
we get, unusually, because I stare at my watch when the show's going on so I can check the time. It was 8:58 when the credits started rolling. They did a 1 minute long ad spot for Vengeance Day, which I was like, that's weird. They never really do a big ad spot at the end of a card on NXT, but it led to what people are calling Sierra Hotel India and what's T in Tango. Shit. Because this is basically a Shield ripoff from the looks of it with their skull masks.
Yeah.
It's another promo for the group. Hey, we finally get to know who's in this group. People are saying it's Dion Lennox.
Yep.
from
They're spoiling. They're revealing themselves on Vengeance Day.
yeah.
Yes.
Do they go after Oba? Do they go after Trick? Do they go because Tony's not defending his title?
No. They're definitely revealing themselves on whoever is the main event, so I feel like they're revealing themselves against Oba.
Yep, and it's looking to be an all men's faction too.
Yeah.
So hey, we'll finally know these 4 men on Saturday. I think we already know one of them. I think it's Dion from when he left the building saying "fuck this place," like I did many a job. But yeah, we shall see, and that is it for NXT. So, pretty decent show leading into Saturday. Saturday is Vengeance Day. Once again, we do not predict Vengeance Day.
Mine.
I'm looking into getting a NXT just toy belt one of these days after Stand and Deliver, because we might do NXT predictions at that point. If not, it's just set deck because we have nothing behind us. So, this has been Caleb, Trevin, Zach behind the camera as always. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know when the match is over. And we'll see you Friday for SmackDown.
Bye.
Bye.